So today I'm going to be talking about plants that make drugs out of sunlight. And no, we're not going to be talking about this kind of plant. We're talking about green chemists that can literally turn light and air into medicine. So let's dive right in. So plants are amazing chemists. Through a process called photosynthesis, they take carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight to then make glucose, which is a sugar that allows for energy storage. So think of glucose like nature's energy. Plants use it as fuel to grow and build natural products, which are chemicals that help them survive. And the interesting part is, many of their natural products cause biological activity, meaning they interact with living things in ways we can feel, measure, or use as medicine. So for example, morphine from poppies can block pain, menthol from mint causes a cool effect in our mouths, and Taxol from yew trees can stop cancer cells from dividing. So in this case, when we say that plants make drugs, we mean that they make complex organic compounds containing carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen that can significantly affect us. But there is a catch, and it's that these molecules are really hard to recreate in a lab. This process is called synthesis, which is building a larger molecule from smaller ones using chemical reactions. However, these natural products have really complicated shapes full of carbon rings and branching chains. Synthesizing these from scratch is like building a house of 1,000 cards where one wrong move ruins the whole structure. So scientists thought, instead of copying plants, why don't we just figure out how they do it and have them do the work for us? At the John Innes Centre in England, researchers studied plant molecules called triterpenes, built from 30 carbon atoms joined in complex rings. Plants use these molecules as a defense mechanism, but they can also reduce cholesterol or inflammation for us. Triterpenes are built by enzymes called oxidosqualene cyclases, or OSCs for short. An enzyme is a special protein that makes chemical reactions happen faster inside of living things. They do this by lowering the activation energy, meaning they make reactions happen faster and at normal temperatures. All enzymes act on molecules called substrates, which is kind of like the enzyme's raw material. So for example, the enzyme amylase in your saliva can break down starch. So in this case, starch is the substrate, and amylase turns it into sugar. That's why bread tastes sweet if you keep it in your mouth for a while. In plants, OSC enzymes work on their substrate of 2,3-oxidosqualene, folding and twisting them into complex triterpenes. It's kind of like molecular origami that's powered by sunlight. So instead of collecting plants from all over the world, the scientists use computer databases of plant DNA called genomes to look for genes that code for these OSC enzymes. So scientists then analyzed 599 different plant genomes, found about 1,400 different OSC genes, and they tested 20 of them by inserting them into a plant test called Nicotiana benthamiana. And when these genes started working, the plants made new enzymes, which produced new triterpenes. They even discovered which enzymes were responsible for certain natural medicines we already use. This is a huge deal for chemists. Instead of building drugs in factories using strong acids and heat, we can grow them in plants or even bacteria powered by sunlight. Just picture hospitals getting medicine grown in solar-powered greenhouses instead of industrial plants. Scientists now want to test which triterpenes work as medicines. They also want to study more plant genomes, as there are over 450,000 plant species on Earth. Every plant could potentially hold a secret molecule that treats a disease, and now we have the tools to identify them.